Hello. Hey, Shrimple. Good to see you. Slim Tim will be, as you already know, because you're in the Discord, he'll be joining us here whenever he gets a minute. Hey, Dean. Good to see you. I do have a couple cool things to talk about on this stream, too. I'll wait till some more people come in. Got a really cool announcement. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Maybe it's good and all that. Yes, I was unable to do my normal 9 a.m. live stream this morning because I had a yard sale I was tending to. What time is it for you now, Shrimple? Appreciate you stopping in. You don't have to. If you need to get some sleep, you get your sleep. Okay, cool. Thank you. Definitely don't need to go to bed. Go to bed if you need to. Hydrophonic coming in. Good to see you. Oh, that's over here. Back up. Looks like Tim will be joining us shortly. Midnight exactly. Okay. So you're 5 hours. What? 5 hours ahead of me. Dean says, I added my YouTube on your Discord and put the video on my guppy tubs up. All right, Dean, very cool. Okay. Well, Tim's in. Let's bring him up. Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Trying to get that glare off the television. Listen to me. Aquarium, but it ain't gonna happen, I don't look like.
I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Yeah.
There's that better.
Good to see you, man. How's your eye?
Doing better. It's not turning black or nothing.
Yeah. Good to see you, man. How's your eye?
Doing better. Hold on, my wife's got her phone in here distracting me. Hang on. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's gonna echo.
Sorry.
All good.
Okay, now you're good. You're showing too much of her room.
Yeah, man, that was a hard whack to the eye with that dang metal drawer got me. What's up, Strimple? Slim Tim. Call me Shady. Yeah. I'll see if I can get close enough without blinding myself. Yeah, it's trying. Like I said, it's all purple halfway across my eyelids.
Yeah, it looks a little sore.
Oh, it hurts. Trust me, every time I want to scratch it, rub it, something, and it hurts. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, Myers, good to see you. We're doing good. How are you?
So yeah, I wanted to show off this tank for once. Show it some love. I just got through stirring everything up with the glass, so they might still be sulking on me.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you. Like I said, this is the original 55-gallon on my channel. It used to be planted. It used to be a holding tank. Let's see, what all has it done? It's been on my channel the whole entire time I've been on making videos.
Well, that's something we're going to tap into a little bit. This was I did this live stream because I couldn't do my normal 9 a.m. live stream, and I was glad that you wanted to come up, and so I would figure we turn it into like a. I want to talk about you a little bit because I met you. I think it was on Garcia's stream, and you're getting back into the hobby after a long hiatus. But you were around when you're the OG fish keeper. You were doing this when kind of what YouTube just started. It was you and what DIY King, maybe Jay and those guys.
Yeah, Cichlid Man 09, Dolly VH, which is now Brown with Aquatic Support System. Let's see. Yeah, Joey King of DIY, Dustin. Let's see, who else can I think of off the top of my head? I think DWS Darius.
Massacre.
So yeah, I was one of the original people who started getting on there because everybody was all part of the forums, not what you got now with the Facebook apps and social media app, this and everything else. Is firedupfishtanks.ning.com. Let's see, aquarium. TV, Aquarium Talk TV from Dustin, and then there was DIY Fish Keepers. You know, there were several of them back then.
I know the first one I met back in 2016 was Mike from Mass Aquariums.
Mike from Mass. Yeah. Once again, I reached out to him saying for him to bust my balls. If y'all seen his series out on his channel, ball busting fellow creators on YouTube, it was pretty. It was a fun thing. I came back and I gave him one, so I was almost accurate too. So
Very cool. So hey Jim, let me say hey. Hey Tommy, I think
what up, Jimbo?
this is your
What
wife,
up,
right?
wifey?
This is your wife, is it not?
Doodle poodle, yes.
Tell her I said hello. Damn.
Oh, she's watching. She's showing your love. She's watching.
Oh yeah, very cool. Shirley's in. Good to see you.
I don't know if she'll put it on the big screen out there. I hope not. It'll echo in here. So that's another reason why I'm in my bedroom showing off the 55 is whenever my daughters get here, the dogs and everything will probably kick up in the other room. So hopefully it won't be too noisy.
It happens. I mean, I think my last drive stream, my dog went off. It was. What are you gonna do? Everybody that walks by, right?
Yeah. Heck, it'd be a squirrel running across the yard and they'll start barking. But yeah. I was kind of hoping you was want to ask me about the OG days, if that's where we're going to start this conversation off. Because, good God, dude, I'm going to try to keep PG. I promise I'll try my best.
Yeah, I don't on YouTube. You probably know you got to watch it on here. If we was on a different platform, not a big deal. Knock my mic
The
over.
cover's in the dryer. Hopefully now.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Question
So-
about the dog since I said something about him.
So for me, it's kind of like an honor that I get to meet you and talk to you because you were around doing this, before I knew this was a thing on YouTube, and it's very cool that I get to. For me, I don't know how anybody else feels, but for me, it's really neat that I get to talk to you because I feel like I'm honored by it because you were doing this before me, and it's like I get to talk to one of the OGs. I consider we're slowly becoming friends over time. So it's really cool when you come in and chat with me like this. So I think, to me, stuff like that's really cool. I find it neat.
And I appreciate hearing, you new guys looking back and saying, hey, looking out to Joey on his Twitches or, whenever all of us show up, wherever we show up at. Yeah, I appreciate it a lot too. And like I said, that's the reason why I even told you in return, trying to figure out this new algorithm and the way it works nowadays. We'll get into that here in a moment. Holy crap on that. But yeah, you go and live stream and the way people have a chance to, watch your aquariums raw, not no editing, not no, oh, I gotta make sure this is clean. No, it's well, I did clean this before any live stream, but you know what I'm saying. It's just no editing. You sitting there directly with the aquarium and watching what they do. And like I said, you inspired me to do that, and that's the reason why I'm starting mine on Friday mornings because excuse me, I'm already up and I might as well be doing something.
Yeah, and just when you said that, it's like, wow, I inspired you to do something, and all it was just a live stream, and for me, mine were excessive. I was doing it for 10 hours a day. I was doing it, one, to get my watch time hours up. Two, I actually brought in some new followers and friends from that. So it was like a two-part deal. Plus, I got to chat with you guys throughout the day, so kind of helped me keep in touch with everybody during the day. Made the work week a little bit nicer at the same time.
And as I told you, I'm just sitting there driving a truck all day. I can glance in and check and see what everybody's talking about or whatever's going on those. So I did, just once again, kind of back to the YouTube algorithm. Back then, you had to fit into a group or be known, by word of mouth of who you were. Like everybody always called me Dustin Point Two or Mr. Fired Up. The Dirt Guy, that was another nickname I had. And I'm, over Father Fish, I don't know how long he's been doing it, but, everybody was always talking about my name sometimes over him or Dustin. And I was like, well, I'm not any educational. I give credit due where I've learned it, which was Dustin Fish Tanks and some other people along the way. And that's really and truly what started me wanting to get into YouTube because they started allowing, more people without an audience, I guess is the way it was going down back then because Dustin and Joey were both, and believe it or not, they were at 2,000 subscribers. Yeah. I'm not BSing y'all. That's how low they were. At one time or another, we was all like that. Well, I'm still at that number, but whatever.
Hey Tara, hey Scuba Steve, appreciate you guys coming in. So having said that, what's your thoughts on then versus now? Which one do you like better? Do you find it harder? Do you find it easier? Do you find it obviously it's a lot easier to market yourself now than it ever was, right? But how do you compare past to present? Which one would you prefer if you had a choice?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out. Once one is you need to have the shorts is how you get recognition, and I'm still trying to figure out how that works because it's hit and miss on my channel lately. But we'll get into that too. But back in the old day, listen to me, good God. Um, all you had to do was really and truly, as I said, if it was a part of making good content, you had an HD camera or whatever, and people were actually getting knowledge from you, and you weren't spreading lies or bad info, or like, hey, I just watched this dude do it, now I'm gonna make content, so you're watching me doing it. But back then, I don't know, I was barely at 800 subscribers, and I already had a full screen creator platform. I think that's what it was called back then. I don't know what happened to it, but I was invited by a fellow saltwater enthusiast, which is James Conray. I don't know if he still makes videos or not, but he was one of my followers, and we learned from each other on doing dirt because he taught me a couple of things from what I was doing wrong, and I taught him what he was doing wrong because the Dustin and anybody else that was doing it was too busy ever answering us or being one on one in the forums. So
Yeah.
that's what started me doing everything was, hey, you got the knowledge. Hey, you're let's see, what was that? About 20 years of knowledge underneath my belt since I was 7 years old keeping fish. And I'm not saying I was a full fledged fish keeper at that age. And my dad had the aquariums around me, and I learned, and I had a influence on the aquariums by feeding them, the maintenance, blah blah blah. I got to learn at a really young age how to keep fish alive.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So
I do.
somebody just told me to grab a camera and just start talking behind it, and then I don't know, probably about 15, 20 videos in, I finally got in front of it and started talking to people because that's what everybody wanted. Is like, hey, we need somebody like one on one. Sometimes we like seeing the tank, but do like what they're doing. I'm like, I don't want to.
I've been doing this 2 years now, which isn't nothing compared to you. But when I first started, I tried willy nilly and just putting videos out. Then as time went on, I was researching. I was like, okay, we got to get these ranking hashtags and keywords. So I started working on that. And then I got irritated, and I was like, all right. So I linked. They got those different uh, tools you can use to link to your channel. I think the biggest main ones are TubeBuddy and vidIQ. Well, I linked TubeBuddy on my channel. And what I like about it, the reason why I like it the most is because it has a measurement. It weighs your keywords and hashtags out. So you can type anything in you want and it'll weigh it, see how much it's searched, the competition, meaning how much it's been used. And there's another measurement and it weighs it out. It'll give you one value: good, poor, fair, excellent, really good. And if you get a good one, that's what I'll insert. I've been doing that. I've tried it all.
And
The ranking
that's how it
aspect,
used to.
keywords, and the right titles and the nice thumbnails and
Yeah, what you're saying, yeah, that's how it was. You had all the titles, the hashtags in your title, then your description, and boom, 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 you would be going up on the recommendation pages, or at least word of mouth, you'd be shared.
yeah,
Nowadays, you use the like I said, the hashtags or whatever, and two videos out of the, I don't know, what is it, 8 videos I'm at now since my hiatus, and two of them was on recommended YouTube pages, and it got me up to 900 views. And it's like, what? Go figure.
yeah.
And then say something like, "Oh my God, 120 gallon over expected overhaul," and it's like, well, it stayed at barely 100. I'm like, what
Right.
happened there? Is
Yeah.
nobody wants to see that, but they want to see something about a tutorial on a
It's
Herbie overflow. Will you quit
it's
that?
tough. I call the YouTube algorithm that the eighth wonder of the world. It's just the thing about it is there's too many variables. It depends on what day, what time, who's on, who may not be on. Maybe that person that's normally on is on a vacation, or maybe something happened where he can't get on. And if you spread all these different variables over the millions of people that are within YouTube, I don't care what you do. I think it's a hit or miss thing. Unless you're an established person like like Joey, it's King of DIY, or your KG Tropicals. They've been doing it so long and they've been so well established that they kind of overtaken it. So it's a shoe in. Not to mention, like, how are you going to top Joey building a 16-foot aquarium? I can't top that. People
Right.
want to see that. Like, wow, that's amazing. I'd love to build one of them things. I could probably build one, but you know
Remember,
the cost of one of those panels or that acrylic he bought, just the one part of that.
I believe $600-700, right?
And he needed two of them.
Well, if you remember, he used the pond liner for the catfish 2 years ago. So yeah,
And
and he
what
was
I like,
trying. He used that as an educational platform to show why you shouldn't do catfish. That's why he cheaply built that, to show how quick and fast they get. But yeah, I'm glad we're also talking about this. Anybody that watches Ben O'Chart's channel still, or however you feel about that co-op organization, I'm kind of 50-50 still on that. But they just got through releasing a collab video with Corey and who was else in that video? I can't remember. Oh, KG, you said their name now. But they were talking about exactly what we're talking about, is the algorithm and how it's so hard to figure out what people want to watch, and instead they want to recommend. Like I've been watching some of y'all's videos that have been, my new friends now, because once again I got in with a group, and it's like, why are these not showing up as recommended? Instead I'm getting something that's not even irrelevant to teaching me about fish. Instead it's just, you're just putting this up for views and you have no clue what you're talking about.
yeah,
But once again, that's the one that's going around, and everybody's like, "Yeah, this is awesome." No, it's lives, but you're thinking it's entertainment, and that's what you're going to try to do in your aquarium, and then you're going to kill something or cause a whole
exactly.
crap.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I know how to get views. I know exactly what I need to do to change it. I'll get my wife in here in a bikini, or have, you know, show a live fish feeding, things like that. I know what people want to see, but I don't want to do that. I gear my channel more toward education, teaching, guiding, showing different things, maybe walk-alongs. Like, I got a project coming up very soon. I'm going to record the whole thing. I'm going to put that on there. It's very cool.
Well,
As long
Like
as I
you
can
just
make,
said, a walk along. This is my first time in my, like I said, 30 years experience of fish keeping with an Oscar. Why have it taken me that long? Well, I now know I have a 120-gallon, two of them actually, ready to go whenever I'm ready to, start getting the stand building, get ready to water test. The steps, as everybody says. Yeah, I know I need a bigger tank for an Oscar. Well, I'm doing it. I ain't got the excuse saying, well, I'm going to do it. No, I got everything. I'm just going to do it.
yeah, yep.
So that's when somebody done reached out to me and said something about it. I was like, no, if you would watch my channel, guess what? There's a video talking about it. kind
Hey, I
of
think
like
we
what
meant.
kind of like what happened to you last week. You remember?
Yeah. I was just doing a talk about that. You came in and I'm like, what are you talking about? And I went and checked, and there was a guy on there, and I kind of basically told him the same thing you did. He's like, these tanks look overstocked. I said, no, one of them are. If you would follow my channel before you just blurt words out, you would already know that. But with that tank, that was never the plan, but Mbuna's reproduced like freaking fleas. And I
Not
haven't
mine yet.
done.
I've had them for about 3 years, and I have not had a spawn yet. I'm kind of surprised.
It's crazy. I mean, they're nuts, and they're just popping out every time I look. There's a baby and Boone in there. I'm going to be moving them to a 125 eventually, but that can't happen right now. But a part of that, I know it's overstocked, but I've already made plans for that. I've had some backup filtration, which I had to at that point, and then also, like I told them, with fish like these guys, overstocking is one of the ways to reduce aggression, and it works for me. I never have aggression in this tank to the point where they kill each other. It just doesn't happen. I got line breaks. I know what I'm doing. I appreciate your concern, but before you speak, maybe check the channel out a little bit. I've had these comments before, and I had to say the same thing. Before you speak, you don't have to subscribe. That's not what this is about. Check my channel out. Look through some of my videos. Maybe look at some of my posts, and you'll see I already know what you're talking about. And that's what you came in with. So I totally 100% understand your frustration with that.
Well, somebody said something about my 90 down from my live stream. I deleted the comment, but it's talking about you shouldn't be sitting here sharing knowledge just because you came back and started making 2 videos about African cichlids. I'm like, excuse you. For one, if you would watch my comeback video, I took an 8-year hiatus, meaning I did not stop taking care of fish. Plus,
Right.
in that time, I learned about how to take care of Mabuna African mix, overfiltrate, make sure they got line of sight. Like, you know, you already done said half of the list already. You know, I did the research and I put in the effort. Yeah, there's gonna be gang ups. There's gonna be a point where one fish all of them randomly just dies. Hell, in this tank, I had a rainbow, my turquoise rainbow, my third one. I don't know if y'all see him. You know, the third one of these guys, half of his body was gone. I don't know who did it. I can't figure it out. Nothing's happened since.
Yeah, and that's going to happen in the fish keeping world. It's just going kind of like Tommy's saying here. You're always going to have them comments, and if you keep fish long enough, you're always going to have a problem. I don't care how good of a fish keeper you are, something is going to arise, and that doesn't mean you're bad. That's like saying, "Man, if I was in charge of the country, COVID would have never happened." Oh, really? I'd like to see that.
Bullshit. Yeah, bullshit. I know what you're talking about. Sorry, BS.
Yeah,
You can't blame one person on that either, because you know it was just completely out of left field. Nobody knew how to expect that was going to get out of hand that fast. So
right.
same thing in our aquariums, like blue green algae or what is it called? Slime algae. What do you call it? Cyano. Yeah, bacteria. It's not algae. It's a bacteria, and there's only one way to kill it: a complete blackout of the aquarium, and that's it.
I have tried the erythromycin. It did kill most of it, and I find though the erythromycin will work, but you have to. It doesn't get 100% of it. You might get 95%, and it still because as long as you keep up on it from them. Like I haven't got it back in my Tiger Barb tank, but the blackout I've never tried, so I can't speak on that. But I do know erythromycin will kill most of it, but not 100%.
I've had it 3 times. I did the blackout 3 times in a row for a week straight. You don't open the lid. You don't let no light in the tank. The fish will survive eating the decaying algae, bacteria,
Okay.
and no deaths, no nothing. You take off that cover, and it looks just like what you see behind me. Everything's gone. You're like, whoa, that worked. But once again, find out the root of that problem and why it started in the first place. You can't just put, that fixed it. No, you need to find out why you had it in the first place.
The root cause. The root cause.
Yeah, and that's once again what us creators and trying to figure out how to make video that educate people, and you're going to have somebody like, oh, cool, you gave your flower horn a live guppy. Okay, well, I got your attention just because you're wanting to see something, I guess, barbaric and have some kind of reason to watch. Me, I don't really like watching stuff of that nature, like the catfish videos. Yeah, I watch it like, okay, that could happen. Oh that fish was half his size. And he swallowed it like it was nothing.
You talking about them
That's
gulper?
educational in a way.
Those damn gulper catfish. They're crazy. The stuff they'll eat. First of all, I gotta interrupt us here for just a moment. I gotta talk about a couple things real quick. First of all, I see I got a lot of members in here. Whizzle's in. Whizzle did gift 4 memberships. Peplin Creek is one of them, and all my moderators appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us. But I do have an announcement I want to throw in real quick before we go too much farther, Tim.
Thank you, Silver.
I got a little video clip I'm going to play. It's really short.
Oh boy.
And this will be the announcement. So let me just throw this in real quick. So this is 25 seconds. So check this out and we'll get right back to Tim. That's it. We got North Fin Foods last week, and now Higer is sponsoring me now. And I wanted to throw that out there. So we've got some cool stuff. They already had me pick something. It's on the way, and I'll be putting a video out on that. So I had to throw that in there. Can you still hear me all right?
Yeah. AV's good. And I was want to say if the chat wanted to say AV was good at the beginning, but I think everybody can say we're doing good.
Did you see the video, Tim? They're saying they didn't see the video.
I saw it.
They say they didn't see it.
Are you supposed to be playing a video?
I was muted, and I saw. Like I said, 2 different sponsors. I think now.
Well, yeah.
That in your
Nope.
mouth.
No, the video didn't play, huh?
All right, take two. See if it works.
All right, well, let's try it again.
If it don't work, well.
Did anybody see it that time?
No, my wife showed me her phone. No, I saw us.
I did this last week. I play. Let me know if you guys see this one, and because I need to do this one anyways too. Man, I ain't playing. I checked it too. I don't know what's going on. It played last week.
Caro said you need to share it on the stream.
Hey, let me remove you and then try it. You'll just
Okay.
be back. You'll just be backstage. All right, guys, bear with me a minute. Maybe it was because I had a guest on. So if this works, this is my announcement. Let me just get on my phone here because I want to make sure it's going to work. All right. Let me know if you guys see this. You have to
No.
click on the button, click on the video at the bottom to add it to the stream. I didn't have to do that last week. I did it this way and it played. Click on the button. What's he mean? Click on.
The candle's safe.
Click on the video at the bottom to add it to the stream. I don't know. Let me try let me try to present it. Maybe I got to present it.
As I said, I'm still learning all this new stuff too, man.
It's weird though because I did this last week and it played it. I'm pretty sure. Highlight the small scale, the video you're seeing underneath your bigger screen. And you highlight over the alphabet astro. Yes, hit present. Okay. Bear with me, Tim. Video file, maybe?
I'm gonna play with the chat.
Okay.
Name that movie.
I don't know how to do
I
this.
got the paparazzi taking photos with me being on live. No.
You didn't see the last one last week. Okay, Dean. Well, dang.
I
don't know
saw
how to
it.
do it. Eighth time's a charm.
Oh no, we got a tie between two people on that. Strimple and Tara. Yes, y'all are right.
Tara's my sister.
Forrest Gump. I got this on our trip down there to Destin, Florida.
Yeah, your first time.
First time to the beach. I'm thinking about making a video for my channel. It was a really good, fun experience. Got to see the hurricanes go right by to Panama. It was a pretty fun experience. Like a week's worth of video and photos. No, 4 days. Yeah, like I said, the Friday, the last day of our vacation before we had to leave, It was just really bad thunderstorms and downpour rain all day. The backside of the hurricane basically was coming ashore now. We just stayed in the room watching the DVD rentals
That were free.
that were free in the lobby. But you know, it was good just to sit back and relax after getting sunburned and filling up on barbecue.
Well, first time at the beach.
Still trying to get that video to work.
Yeah, I don't know what they're saying. I don't understand. We won't worry about it right now, but I only reason why I am continuing because these guys might be able to help me do it right.
Yeah, I was wanting Jim to go live with me last night, but I ended up having a fussy baby, so I didn't get to play around with the buttons on there. Trying to see if I
Yeah,
can put
but
two different camera angles.
the same way you added Tim to the screen, I sent him a link, and all he had to do was tap the link, and it brought him in. The video don't show up under the big screen. I have them saved in brand under my video clips, so I don't know. But here's the thing: when I start,
No, I had a fussy baby.
every time I start my live streams, I play that intro, and I know those play, and it's the same thing. It's on my video clips. So
Sorry, I had to get Jimbo right quick. He was saying I passed out on him. I said, no, I got a fussy baby. And then I fell asleep once I got her to calm down. For some reason or another, I can always put her to sleep when she's fussy.
present button, you can share websites. Well, let me try the present button again. Present, but after you hit present, do I hit video file?
Hello, Moosey.
Oh,
Mousy.
my phone is correcting my word.
Well, no, these are just videos that I made. It's nothing to do with any kind of
Calling me again.
sponsorship.
See, you backed it up.
Click the window and then the window you're wanting to show. So hit share screen. Yes. Share screen.
Okay, I almost double fed.
Oh, I'm sure they would love getting double fed
Oh,
tonight.
say he got part of it.
What?
Part of the food. At the end of us going, oh no. Put it back.
Not in my recliner, the recliner in her bedroom, the rocker to put her to sleep with, Jimbo. I guess while you're playing with that, I guess we can let her come on your live stream. She's been on everybody else's.
Yeah, man, might be my guest. If you don't mind, I want to figure this out.
Goodness. My latest little
I did
Eleanor.
share- I did share the audio, but what do I go to? You hit present, and then what do I go to? Share screen, and then you have three options: Chrome tab, window, or entire screen.
There's Jess. Say hello,
Cute little
everybody.
baby. Good, cute.
Yeah, when we went to the beach, I was pregnant with her.
Yep, she technically went to the beach too. She was in Mama's belly. So it went from being a honeymoon to a baby moon.
Yeah.
But still, it was a fun experience. But you asked me a question while you look at that. Today's
Tim, why are these fish hiding?
because they're not used to this big round circle.
Oh.
But yeah,
Window.
today's trying to put video content out to yesteryears. Yeah, I think yesteryears was a lot simpler. Today, yeah, you're like, well, I don't know. It's like what Corey and Ben and all them just got through saying in that video I was referring to is just pretty much just got to figure out what you wanted to start making videos for and just pursue that. Make sure that's what you're doing. Like if you're wanting to keep a journalism of what you do in your fish keeping, like me. If you go back, I made a collab video the secret of I don't know how to keep freshwater fish. Yeah, he's got me on the backstage or on the side of the screen trying to figure stuff out. I figure I keep on talking about his question. He's over here next to me.
Now
I can see
play
the
the
same
video.
screen.
All right, let me try this now, Tim.
Roll it.
How do I make that bigger?
Yeah, that's why I said a tiny screen.
Do I do a solo layout? How do I do that with that? Full screen, but it's still going to be little.
Little.
Good
Oh,
lord!
good God, I've got multiple.
Yeah, that's why I was going, oh dear God.
I meant pull it up
Yeah.
separate.
It's trippy.
Trippy. To the rock, to the rock, to the rock. J Rock, you in here?
I don't know how to do this. See, I got it there, right? But if I hit play, all you're going to see is that little window. Do I have to remove us from the screen and just bring this up? Go back. You're in share entire screen. That's the wrong one.
Wait, let go.
Oh God, Daddy's son. What? Go back to tummy time. Your mommy's doing it with you. This is fun to watch.
There. Now you guys can see my little cursor there. So is that this is fun to watch. Click
I'm learning too. I'm learning with you, so I'm having fun watching.
click the share button and then upload the video and hit play. Alex says. Well, what do you mean click the share button? Because
I don't see a share button.
I see it.
so here's me and Tim. Okay. I hit present and then I hit window like Tommy said to do.
Like y'all come. Oh man, I'm dark. Never mind.
And then I hit share screen and that's what we got. It's saved to StreamYard, Tommy. Yes, it's on the right side under my video clips.
You didn't stop that.
Shirley's not scared of doing live stream. She was up with me on my last one.
I can't.
When you share the entire screen, it will show whatever you're on. So
And
go
what
to
about
the
the girls?
file when you do that. So
You're pretty much.
Okay.
oops, I don't understand. Go to the file. So right now I got me and I got Tim, and in the middle of us I have the shared screen that I shared. Do I add it to the screen up here with Tim and I?
Thank you.
Remove. Add the stage. Okay, do I want that right there? I don't know. F it. I agree. We'll try it later. Let's stop. Well, sorry about that. I'm trying to learn.
It's all right. Me too.
I know. Here's the thing, though. I've been doing it the other way, and I know it works because if you go back and watch any of my live streams, you'll see my intro play. And all I did was the way I did it before, and it works every time. So I don't understand what's different. But we'll get it figured out. I'll just
Right.
upload the dang videos to YouTube, Discord, or something. So at any rate, I'll just talk about it, and I'll share the videos later. Tim saw it though, I think.
Yeah, I got to see it.
If you
Figure
saw
it
it,
out.
I know it's working. I'm just not applying it right. And I wish I could do it because I like it. But moving on with the streams, I don't want to take up, overthrow you with that video. But basically, last week I talked about North Bend. I got my first sponsor with North Bend Fish Foods, and now I got a hold of Higer Aquarium, and they are now a sponsor of the channel as well. I already picked out one item for the month. They're going to be sending it to me, and we'll do some reviews on that. So it'll be pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. Channel's get going up, and got some really cool things coming. As I always say, the bigger the channel gets, the better it is for all of us. Not only me, but you guys, because I can give away more valuable gifts. So
Yeah, I wanted to try the North Fin. Just lately, New Life Spectrum is just not. I don't know. My fish is not eating it lately. They're like, but I don't want that.
Yeah, I like Northfin, man. I did. He sent me almost their entire line some months back. I asked to do a review, and he sent it to me, and I'm still using off of some of that. And it's high quality fish food. It really is, man. It's some good stuff. I'm not saying they're the only big dogs out there because they're not. I know Dr. Bachelor is really good. Stream Aquatics is good, but Northfin, why I like them above the rest of them is because they have the mentality that they were willing to do a sponsorship with me. And even when they sent me that fish food to review, they didn't care that I wasn't this massive channel. You know, they didn't care. They sent it to me. And so I like that kind of business mentality. Extreme wouldn't even get back to me. There's only like 5 people out of the maybe 50 companies I contacted that actually was willing to work with me. So companies like that get my vote every time. Just because I'm not out there banging out millions of views, they're not going to touch me, right? So I don't know how you would. I mean, I get the mentality. It's business at the end of the day. But also, if you're as big as a company as Northfin or Extreme, you know, Fluval, I'm working hard on, even to be a product tester for them. I'm waiting to hear back. We'll see. But
Yeah. Well, see, and what you're saying, you know, kind of back then, you had to. I was talking to my wife about that today, talking about back then, in order to get your people to tune in, like Jay Wilson, everybody that was an OG too. Was doing contest, and originally he was Mr. Contest because he would always have the sponsorship, or somebody else would give him the stuff to send out on his contest. And myself, I would give my own money, like $20 towards this person, or $20 towards this company, or something like that. You pick something, I'll pay for it on their website, or Amazon get you a freshwater test kit, yada yada yada. And that's how I was doing it. But nowadays, you're over here. If you, back then I reached out to everybody. You said Seachem, Fluwell, or Fluval, however you want to say it. Let's see. I even reached out to the Omega One, Hikari, all of them guys, and never heard nothing back. So yeah, I know the struggle. I kind of wonder if I should reach back out again today.
yeah, I just that's anything I do, I'm really aggressive about. Anything I want. That's one of the reasons why I have my channel name the way it is. If you look up the term what salient means, I'll let you do that. There's several meanings, but you'll get the idea when you read a few of them. I'm always a high-strung dude, 100 mile per hour. Like to get everything done now. I'm highly impatient. It has served me well over the years, but it's also bit me in the ass. But everything I do, I go hard at. And when I started this channel, and I wanted bad to grow fast, and get up there. And because of that, it's growing nicely. I mean, I'm contacting these people and be like, hey, I'd like to review products and maybe slide into a sponsorship. Here's why, and here's what I can do. And I just don't take no for an answer. And because of that, I've gotten lots of free stuff, and I've now got 2 sponsors. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's because I'm this huge YouTuber, because I'm not. But you never know. Give it enough time, maybe things will get there. You know what I mean? But I have that hope. I'm not one of them ones to just say, I'm never going to be a king of DIY, and I never expect I will. But I'm sure going to try hard to get there. You know?
Yeah, and that's a good way to look at it anyway, because a little bit of help with this hobby does help, because it is a very expensive, addictive hobby.
Yeah.
I have to say it correctly. But you choose to keep on spending this money to make their glass boxes better for them, not sit there and feel like you're like right now. I'm not sitting here feeling like I'm depriving my fish, not doing chemical filtration no more. I'm trying to stay on a budget of mechanical and biological filtration now.
Yep. And I don't use chemical filtration unless I need to. If I am, whether I need to remove meds or something like that, or maybe I feel like getting my water a little bit more clarity, I will go with Chemipure. I have found that it is the best going, in my opinion. I have tested it against Purigen. It took me 3 times the dose of Purigen to get the clear, beautiful water that I got from Chemipure just by a couple of their pouches. So that's why I really like them. And again, too, because it's a company that was willing to work with me. They sent me some products to review. I did a video on. I love their stuff. And I do use Vitacare.
My little one just tossed this to me twice now.
Take that, Daddy. Yeah, and I'm not even looking to get rich at this. All I'm trying to do is maybe offset the cost of my hobby a little bit, get my name out there, You never know what it might roll into, but at the same time, my top thing to do here is to give back to you guys, my friends and my supporters that I've made. Because if I do a giveaway, I want it to be something of value. I don't want to give away a little free sample pack of food. I want to give you guys something good. Maybe I get a canister filter, a hang in the back filter. Let's do that. That is my plan.
Right. I agree with that. I've even thought about the way hydration drinks are hitting the scene right now. Like, hey, that'd be something maybe to look into. Like, hey, you want your name getting out in amongst the community, aquarium community? I'm an up and coming channel and get the name out there. People be like, why you always get a Prime bottle in your aquarium somewhere? Well, that's why.
Yeah.
Drink Prime.
But,
I happen to enjoy it more than Gatorade or anything else out there on the line now. Because, I was kind of sold watching WWE and everything. They kept on saying, try it. And I tried it and I like it. Same
Well,
thing goes for what you're saying is, if you see a product on somebody's channel and seeing how well it works and you hear, hey, they sponsor me, like, okay, well, he gets free stuff. Does he actually go out there and pay for it? And then you watch their previous stuff, like, yeah, I've been using CChem or I've been using Hikari or I've been using Hager products for a very long time.
yeah.
Like you just said, Hager, I just recently got this light strip here as one of their full spectrum planted aquarium light, and it has the sunset to sunrise and sunset function, and I really like it.
Yeah, and the prices aren't too bad. I mean, and Night Crew sent me some lights I did a review on, and I got about $300 worth of lights for free. And I like them. They're cheap. The only thing I don't like about Night Crew lights is I think they're overly, the ease of use could be better on some of them.
You said Nitro?
Night Crew lights. You ever heard of Night Crew lights?
Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got in that overhaul. I got two of them in the little controller box or whatever for them.
Yeah, and so they have the inline controller, and some of them come with the inline controller and the remote. But if you're going to ask me what my favorite aquarium light is, it would be the Fluval Aqua Skies. I love the app. You can run up to 25 to 50 lights or something on one app. If you lose power, all you have to do is get into your app. It automatically syncs, and they all go right back to where they were. With the Night Crew lights, they lose the time, not the setting. So you have to go in, which in my opinion is the same dang thing. Because if they lose the time, the settings are lost. So you have to go in to each light, redo the setting because they don't store a memory. So you pay for what you get, but.
And the way my go-to light is the Phoenix brand, which I don't know what's going on with Phoenix, but they're seemingly seem like they're going out of business kind of on their products. It's been hard to find certain items like the Monster Ray or the Fuge Ray combo. I really love that light strip on my African aquarium, my Boona tank in there, but I couldn't find one for this aquarium. That's the reason I already, garbage man is what I am, and I had somebody throw one away, and I replaced the block, but I just went ahead and bought a whole new strip, put the block on the old light strip, and it worked. So now I got a new block, and it's on my AC tank out there because once again, I like the sunrise, the sunset feature.
Me too, because you don't have to worry about it. Just let it go.
But if you want something like you were saying, the simplicity, and you don't have to worry about apps and stuff, that's the reason why I just like going for the Phoenix brand because it works for just you can either use your own timer, you can use I hope you don't hear me, the Alexa devices or Google or whatever. You can do it that way if you want to add your own timer to it.
I had a Phoenix light. I still have it, and it still works. But what has failed over the years, I think the driver's starting to go out because the lights aren't as bright, and some like it. You know how you can press the different colors. Some of the colors aren't working. I do like the Phoenix light, and like I say, that thing's been running since I think I got that in 2016.
Yeah, that's what was wrong with this light strip. It was just the power block. That was all that was wrong with it.
Yep.
So I got a new power block and put it on this old strip, and the new strips in there on the old aquarium or my AC aquarium.
Ow.
Goodness.
Stop whacking me in the face.
But yeah, it's just
Ow.
it's just what's been mostly what we all kind of agreed on, all creators since then to now, is what works for my aquarium don't work for your aquarium. Maybe what works for your aquarium might not work for my aquarium.
Yeah, that's kind of like my channel slogan. I always say no one aquarium is the same because they're like a fingerprint, right? You can have
Mhm.
the same exact tank with the same exact everything and the same exact fish. It doesn't matter. You're going to get different parameters. You're going to get different pHs. It's just always going to be different, no matter what.
They're not sulking no more. Finally, they didn't like the big bright light on the aquarium. They're like, dude, we're gonna sulk, and now they're gonna start coming out and swimming.
That
Here's
tank,
my
the
here's
tank is
my.
pristine, immaculate.
Oh, hang on. Thank you. Yeah, all it is just the Fluval 307 canister on there, and that's it. I do weekly water changes, and again, there's no chemical filtration on it.
How often
Well,
do you maintenance your canisters?
I got Fluval phosphate. Remember the Clear Max. I maintenance my canisters every 2 months. That either just wring out the sponges or replace the like I said, the phosphate remover. That's one thing I actually do still use.
So what I've done, because all my tanks are ran by canisters, I got 3 FX6, 2 FX4, I got a 407 and a 306. I don't clean them out, but every 7 months. Now I do, however, during that 7 months, I like to make sure I get and lube the O-rings. I make sure I lube. So how often do you lube your O-rings? And be honest now.
Honestly, I don't lube them as much as I should, and I don't have a safety container, Tupperware container underneath my canister because the Fluval brand has been the best canister filter I've ever owned and never had to worry about a leak
I've had
compared to
one leak.
what I've done.
I've had saying I agree with you. But I do have the containers under my aquariums are in my house right now. I had one canister filter leak, and that was the 306. And can you guess where it leaked from?
The O-ring.
Yeah, but where? Where on the aquarium? What moves the most on a Fluval canister filter
The impeller, what do you call it?
besides the impeller?
The adjust lever.
The aquastop valve.
Yeah, Aquastop. Yeah, I couldn't remember what they called it. Yeah.
That's where it leaked. I had to replace that. Oh, and you know what? I guess I did have one of the utility, the drain valve leak on the FX6. That's because a piece of sand got in there. So that's when I started putting the pre-filters on that Oscar tank because they plume that sand up so bad. Digging all the time, you know.
Oh, you're watching it. They're not even left the house yet.
But I love my canister filters. The less maintenance, you can pack. You have so much more options. But I do. And the reason why, if I want to use chemical filter, so I have a canister filter on every one of my tanks, but I also have one hang in the back filter on every one of my tanks.
What's up,
One,
New Bird?
it's for extra filtration. 2, it's for to help get the water clear. And 3, as a backup filter,
What's up, Brian?
if maybe my canister fails. But what's nice about it is if you want to use chemical filtration, you can pop it in your hang in the back rather than having to pop open that canister filter and do it. You know what I mean? Shamu made it in. Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah. Again, I've only owned 2 types of canister filters in my hobby years, and that was the original was the Rena XP series. If anybody remembers those,
No,
do you
I never
remember?
used.
Yeah, that's the ones that started leaking on me, and the clips would bust open. Thankfully, I was on a concrete slab house at the time. It really didn't cause a whole lot of damage, but yeah, I owned like 2 or 3 of them, and all 3 of them busted at the clips. So I went and bought the Fluval series, which was the 04 series at the time. Yeah, the 04 series, the 04 series, and yeah, it's been the best canister I've ever owned.
You know, my favorite is the 407. Love that.
Yes, I have that on my AC tank. I love that one. All the stages you can add all so much stuff in it.
And it's slim. Like I have it running my 55-gallon Tiger Barb tank. Under that tank is 2 10-gallons side by side, the sand cap dirty ones. Right in the middle of that turn sideways is that 407. It fits beautiful.
Yeah.
Good to see you,
Okay.
New Bern coming in. Josh. Shamu.
Hold on, I'll show you how much I love these canisters.
Okay. Shamu is very accurate in the
I got one on standby just in case I ever need it.
yeah, and I love the way it's the sleek. That there is probably my favorite canister filter.
No, report somebody.
And then also too, I got at least 3 HOBs underneath this aquarium just in case as well, in case anything ever was to break.
Always good to have some backup.
Well, it's just, whenever you upgrade your stuff or whatever, you're like, I'm tired of the HOB, or I'm tired of the way this function. I want a canister for the simplicity, or I've got a sump on this tank now. I don't need as many filtration units no more. And, like, well, do I sell it or just keep it? Well, in case I ever set up another tank, because I do have MTS, I have another filter ready to go.
Yeah. Aquarium Fantasy, I've been seeing you in here. I didn't get a chance to say hello to you, but what I meant to say is you're pretty active in the Discord server as well as Shrimple. Tim's very active in there as well. The Discord channel is growing really nice. Everybody's coming over. You guys got to come over. It's a great time, a great place to chat, and you really get to know each other. Great place to DM people privately, collaborate. If you want to do some live streams together, it's an all-in-one hub that makes everything about this easier.
Are you eating it?
All right.
Don't eat my bears.
That's what we need, is a community that we can all reach out to and not get criticized. Because I'm sorry, I hate Facebook groups. It's killing a lot of hobbyists.
Yeah, they're bad over there. They really are. I created one myself and deleted it.
Yeah, it's not nobody in particular one person's fault. It's just you got these people that are the elite, as we've been calling them lately, that say, no, that's wrong, you can't do that. And it's working for people and it's actually benefiting people, but you're gonna sit there and criticize and say that's wrong.
Yep.
I don't agree with that. As again,
Nope.
what we've already done said, what works for you don't work for me, and what works for me don't work for you. It needs to stay that way, and we learn why it's not that way. As I said in my yesterday's live stream, for some reason, twice now in 2 different tanks, since I've not dirted them, I can't keep plants alive for nothing.
Nope.
No.
And it's really discouraging. It's really insulting to the guy that used to have dirted aquariums and always grow plants.
The only thing you can keep alive is the
Anubis and
no, the top, the what is it?
Potho plants. Yeah, I can keep Pothos alive in an aquarium.
Or our outside plants.
Terrestrial
Yeah.
plants. I got pothos. They're great. That makes everything look fantastic and helps with the water parameters. But
No.
hey, because every aquarium is different. There's plants. I tell you who you want to talk to is this guy right here who shares your
Thank you,
channel.
Silver Correct.
Tommy. He's very knowledgeable with plants. And I bought some off him a while back. And the only one that died was what he calls mermaid weed. I couldn't keep that alive. Everything else is banging. Now, do you use liquid ferts?
I use the Seachem Flourish line.
See,
I
was
think also I might have done it wrong. I think I might have done too much XL and caused the melting to speed up.
that's
I
the
might have done
problem.
that.
That is the problem with the Flourish line, and that's why I quit using it. One, you need 18 freaking bottles. And with the Seachem Flourish line, you're getting the very minimum in each one of those macros and micros, irons, whatever you got. They put the very minimum. And the reason why they do that, and the reason why they have so many bottles, is because they're giving them to you so you can customize what you need for your tanks.
Right.
So I said, scrap that. And I went to Aquarium Co-op Easy Green. Works 1 pump per 10 gallons of water and you're done. It worked good. But then I tried Thrive. Thrive is actually the original maker of this all-in-one liquid fertilizer. Aquarium Co-op just put their label on the bottle and changed the recipe a little bit. Thrive, I tried Thrive per a suggestion from KJE Aquatics. And let me tell you, I'll never go to anything else. I use the Thrive in all my tanks that are not dirted, and I have seen major growth in my plants.
And
So-
I'm willing to say that, yeah, it might be just because of how old the bottles are. They might not be as functional no more. Who knows?
You did find them a year ago.
Yeah, I bought them over a year ago, so you could, like I said, it says on the Flourish bottle, please refrigerate after opening.
Look at this. Look. Yeah, but then there's controversial advice on that too. Conflicting advice. Some say you do have to refrigerate. Some say you don't.
I don't know. I'm just pretty much. I've already accepted the way it is, and I need to go back to dirt because then back when I had dirt, I didn't have to use ferts except for to keep the sponge, as I say, the dirt is to keep the nutrients fresh in it.
Yeah. Look at this some bitch has to say right here.
Who's that?
Tim.
Mermaid weed was the test for what?
Tim. Your peckle's gone.
You know, he owes me a free fish for that. I want one of them archers.
Oh,
No, Tommy, you have to send me a Geophagus for that.
Terrestrial version. I think I get it now.
He sent me some plants I bought off him a while ago. One of them was a mermaid weed, and it's the only one that died. And what he's saying here is that was supposed to be terrestrial, not in the plant, not in the tank.
Actually, if anybody could get has duckweed, I would love for anybody to send it to me. I like to have some again. I love duckweed. I know everybody calls it the herpes of the aquariums, but I love it. It is a good plant to have.
Yeah, once you have it too, you can't get rid of it. There's one
Exactly.
spore left.
I had it back in the day, and the only way you can get rid of it is you completely dry that tank out. That's the only way to get rid of it.
Okay, makes sense.
Because this tank used to be overran with, and now it's, I had dried duckweed floating around in there about 2 or 3 weeks after setting it up, and it's still dry. Go figure. I thought for sure it would come back.
That was one thing I was going to ask you. What your favorite plant was?
Amazon swords were always my favorite. I lost that. My top go-to plant are the Wendidis. I love my Wendidis.
Yeah, just your favorite all-around aquarium plant.
Wendidis would have to be it because they're so easy and to grow and propagate. I think underneath the bed. Especially the red and bronze Wendidis were always my favorites. And I know some people call it Wendidis or Wendidii, but it's however you want to call it.
Yeah. Tomatoes.
Yep, exactly. Potato. I would say for an easy plant for anybody starting out with plants would probably be water sprite or water wisteria, however you call it now.
Whoa.
'Cause that stuff will take off.
I have water sprite. I love it. It's in all my tanks. If they overgrow, like this 120-gallon long, it keeps getting so packed full that I have to take a big chunk out and throw it in another tank. The fish are getting cramped, and then it's growing over there. Sometimes I got to just throw it in the woods.
Speaking
So
of
I
the
like
woods,
water sprite
you
and
know
jungle.
about water wisteria. If you was to take it like a normal tree falls in the woods and lay it on its side and plant it in the substrate, it will literally start shooting shoots up out of the side.
What water sprite will?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try that. I got the pieces in here I could do that with.
Well, the way to make that work though is to make sure you float it for a while to make sure each knuckle has roots coming out of it, and then try to plant it down like that. So that's one thing I did on my original video. Yeah, I think it's the water wisteria video on my channel. One of my popular videos. I think that's the best way to find it. But yeah, you'll see in there. It's just I just literally took one and just laid it straight on its side, and within a couple of weeks, it was back to being a complete bush again.
Yeah. All that stuff's amazing, and it's a very fast growing plant, which makes it ideal for things such for like
Message and find out what's going on.
what the hell is the name of that? Tommy, what the refugium? They're a great plant for refugiums because they grow so fast. But I gotta say, jungle fowl. I love grassy looking plants. Jungle fowl is probably my favorite aquarium plant.
And that's one plant I would like to try to put in my AC tank out there. That's the reason why this plant here is all over that tank, because it kind of impersonates a valve.
What is them ones in the back corner? Is that a crypt?
Which one? Way back yonder? That's a silk plant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no live plants in this aquarium. It's all fake.
No.
Hey, but never mind.
Parents would all
I
destroy it.
contacted a company that makes fake aquarium decor, and now what's the two biggest names in the fake aquarium? Universal Rocks, and what's the other one? Aqua something.
Aqua Decor.
They turned me down at this time, but another company, apparently wherever they had some floods, so they're going to be sending me stuff probably mid next month to do a review on. The only reason why I wanted to try it, one, to try it, and two, I'd like to get some real looking plants for my Oscar tank. I had some in there, but of course, June told me. June just came in. Good to see you, June. She's the one that told me you can have plants with Oscars if they grow up with them. If you try to put them in when they're older, it's rarely going to happen. And I have found that with these guys, they tore it all up. But I love the green plant look. It really makes the tanks look better. So I'm trying to get a nice fake plant to put in there.
Oh boy, what are you doing?
So put real plants
Yeah,
in there.
once again, the Oscar here, he is such a puppy. He's
Yeah.
every day always learning us. I said every day our Oscar's learning.
Your Oscar. It's not yours. I'm the one who won him.
Ooh, snap.
Our Oscar is doing
I
great.
picked him out.
We finally named him, by the way, Sirius Black, because he's just got that serious face on him, and we're Harry Potter fans.
Oscar, one of my favorite fish, hands down. Love them. I like the bigger fish. I really do. Once I get my bigger tank, I'd like to get some more bigger Oscars, and I want to get arowana.
You said refugium on that 120 when I build it. It has that low boy 40 gallon that was already set up as a sump filtration. I'm wanting to incorporate what Katie from Cichlids has, and her whichever one it is, the one that sits out as a peninsula from the wall, where it has all the quadrants that goes back around, starting up here on the high side and then goes back around to the low side. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I would like to do a refugium on the Oscar tank, whatever. That's what it's going to be called, is the Oscar tank. To heck with everybody else.
Yeah.
Really? But I would like to incorporate a refugium in the sump somehow to be able to have that extra filtration.
So Tommy does something a little bit different with a refugium. He does a dirted refugium.
Read Shamu's.
Uh-oh.
Silver Creek Wildlife, Tommy. He has a refugium, but he does a dirted refugium. So,
I have to do that, Shamu.
so you got to try that out.
Well, she got me on that one, Shamu. She does pay half for the bill, so I think that's even.
Pay more.
Hey, y'all get me in trouble, Shamu. Quit that. Uh-oh, too late. She's already coming back at you. But yeah, just
How does your TV just come unplugged, Shirley? You got ghosts? You got a poltergeist in there or something?
dun, 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 dun. Oh wait, that's Michael. Sorry.
What bigger fish you get, June? You gonna let us in on that? Than 130 Oscars? What could be bigger? You getting a pacu? She got a. I'm pretty sure June has a tank that can handle a pacu. I'm pretty sure. Pacus are amazing looking fish. I met a guy in the neighborhood that I almost bought a tank from, and he had a couple in 180 gallon with some little Oscars in there. I looked through his living room window and I saw this 180 gallon aquarium with 2 massive pacus in it. He only had them in there for a short time. He was digging a big pond in his backyard, and he's going to end up putting them in there. But I'm going, you imagine that, seeing two pacus in a 180 gallon aquarium.
Yeah, those are massive, huge fish.
Huge. Well, they're in the family of the piranhas. They got that piranha face, like kind of like the silver dollar's got. It won't be an Oscar, so June's teasing us here.
Uh-oh. They finally?
Yeah.
You get caught up on chat a little bit here. Abbott Brewers. Doodle Jesse's. What's that mean? No, Doodle is Tim's wife.
Yes.
Tom.
That's my wife.
That'd be me.
So going forward, Tim, how many tanks you running right now?
Currently, I got 5 set up.
Got plans for how many more?
Do I have plans for more? Yeah. As I done mentioned, I'm thinking about putting this tank being back to dirted once it's done being the holding tank for these big guys when the 120 is being put in here in its place.
Okay.
So the 55 might be moved into the living room and start up as a dirted aquarium where the rainbows here actually might stay in this tank because, we don't want to find out if we can fit them in his mouth or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what, if you'll see on my banner, I have rainbow fish on my banner originally. So I would like to get back to what I originally have, my roots.
Okay. Very cool.
Also, too, I have also in the plans to make from Palmer Aquatics. I don't know if anybody knows what his 10-gallon racks he's got built.
Yeah, I watch him.
I want to build a 6-pack, 10 gallons in a rack like that for a shrimp tank, grow out quarantine tanks, blah blah blah.
I like what he did around his TV, and he used all black diamond sandblasting sand, and he built that
Mhm.
thing all around his TV. It looked that house is all tanks and plants. It's ridiculous.
And he did that. He did that on a brick support wall that originally had a non-support wall in its place.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
the
I
only reason
know.
why. That's the reason why he was able to put so many aquariums in the center of his room like that.
Right. Because he every once in a while he'd take you down that basement, show his pond, and I seen where he put some additional support up.
Hmm.
But before he was worried about it.
Well, yeah, I don't know, up to about 50, 60 gallons, you don't have to worry structurally. But yeah, once it starts getting heavier than that, yeah, I would start worrying because then you're looking at it like my 90 gallon, you're looking at about a compact car sitting in my living room.
Yeah, exactly. I think a 125 gallon full was something like 13 or 1400 pounds or something like that. So,
Mhm.
upwards of that. And then, I couldn't imagine like a 300-gallon aquarium.
Your feet.
You double that, you got what, 2,500 pounds?
Yep. Yeah, the 120 here where it would be sitting on my mobile wall would be right on top of an I-beam I'm sitting on right now. So once again, it has more than enough structure underneath it to hold it.
Yeah.
Now to put it right here in the center of the room or something, no, I would definitely not do that.
And that's something you got to take into consideration. Shamu knows a little bit of something like that. He put a big 240-gallon aquarium in there.
He is the one that convinced me to go ahead and push to get a 120 in this house. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll go with it. But I'm not
Well,
going no bigger because trick of the trade. I know what goes on when you overload a house.
so
Well,
what's your,
you plan
what
on
would you,
having a fish room.
What?
You plan on having a fish room.
Well, if I do a fish room, it's going to be on a concrete slab.
Yeah, but I'm saying we intend on having a fish room.
so what's your favorite size aquarium? What's your favorite footprint of an aquarium?
Well, the biggest I've owned so far was that 90 gallon. I have to say I really like it because it's a lot deeper with the 4 foot footprint you get from a 55 gallon. So yeah, I think a deeper aquarium better, but I had to say that if you were asking for a favorite, would be my 55 because that's the biggest I've ever owned. But now taking its place is my 90 gallon in there because it's a deep aquarium and I can have more fish.
So yeah, my very first aquarium was a 55, and I'm still running it. But I like the 75. It's the same thing. You just get 6 more inches of depth with that aquarium. Now, when you talk about a 125, it's like a 75 but longer, right? You get 2 more feet. Right, 4 foot. Yeah, you get 2 more feet with it. If I would, my favorite aquarium is probably a 125. You're open with a lot of options. It's a manageable tank if you want to move it. And but my dream tank is anywhere from a 300 to up to a 500. That's my goal. I want to find either a 300 or a 500-gallon aquarium. I'm being patient with it. I'm seeing them online, and that's going to be my only monster tank and probably the last aquarium I ever get.
Well, she was just mentioning whenever we got plans, but I would like to at least try to get something of that nature too, a 500 gallon aquarium one day, so I can have a monster fish that I've dreamed always having. Which
That'll be a few years.
I don't know, maybe like an arowana or a stingray, as anybody would ever would love to have one as a pet. But again, I'm not going to have it as a pet if I can't supply its proper footprint and it requires.
Right. Me and I'm the same way. And Shamu has brought this point up before, and he makes a great point. People think big tanks are awesome, but it's hard for him to even reach the bottom of that when he's maintaining it. And that's something you want to keep in mind.
That's fine. Step ladder.
Oh, on my 90 gallon, yeah, I got a 3-tier step ladder I have to use in order just to be able to reach the bottom of it because of how tall it is.
Yeah. So I would imagine, the bigger you go, you got to keep in mind, you can't reach the bottom without getting in. Shirley said her TV came unplugged. She plugged it back and it won't turn on. She feels like it's cooked. Any advice for her to get it back on?
Find your TV.
She's too big to deal with it. Can I
What
like
kind
what
of
Joey?
TV? I'm guessing it's a Samsung, number one.
Hey, I like my Samsung. Don't start.
Hey, I turned off the TV from my phone.
I hate
to have a
Samsung, everything.
Kind of like what Joey said too multiple times in his videos, King of DIY, about his 700 there. He can't reach in the back of his piranha tank to whatsoever in order to do any kind of maintenance back there because it's
Dude,
just so deep,
I
especially that
gotta
back
have-
corner.
I'm going to have to stop watching Joey because everything that man does over there, makes me want to do it and try it. I love the 2000. I love that new 16 footer. I love that Piranha tank. It's like I want him to come to my house and build me one of them 16 footers.
Yeah, one tank. Just build me one big tank.
What's that?
I'll supply everything. Just build it.
Yep. Just come over here and build it. I'll make sure it's all on site. I'll feed you. I promise you, I'm not a crazed fan. I'm not going to kill you. Nothing weird's going to happen.
Don't worry about the photos you'll see in about 6 months.
But I love everything he does, and I like, you know, I got one of those Petco PetSmart tanks. It's acrylic and it's got the blue all around it, right? I like the blue he put in that 16-foot tank. It looks nice. You don't like it? See, I
Blue?
kind of like it.
Blue reminds me of aquariums from the fish store, dude.
It does. It does. And it's exactly what I got one on the side of the road for free here, and I'm using it. But that's a different blue. What did he say it was called? Champion blue or marine blue or something?
Marine blue, I want to say.
It's not that bright sky blue like them tanks. So it's a little darker. But I like it. It gives you a different look. But usually with my aquariums, what I do is I paint the background with Krylon Fusion spray paint. And I just leave the front and sides open.
Yep, that's what back here is, just, you know, black spray, Krylon spray paint.
I used to just put like black poster board back there and tape it on. That's one quick way to do it. But
Yeah.
the paint's nicer.
Well, like I said, I bit the bullet and bought a Universal Rock background for my 90 gallon in there, and I actually really enjoy having it. Actually, I got a video I did coming about it because I've been searching lately about it. Not a whole lot of videos are out there about what you do if you don't silicone it in place and how to keep the maintenance guy back there for them.
I do like the 3D backgrounds. There's a lot of them I love to have, but what I hate about it is it takes up a lot of valuable real estate within the tank. Now, if you have a 75, a 55, 125, and you put one in there, and you obviously, you know, if I would imagine if you had like a 125 gallon tank and you was going to put the biggest fish in there was an Mbuna, maybe 6 inches, that'd still be okay to have one. Some of them backgrounds are beautiful. I love the way they look. So.
Yeah.
But to buy one from Universal Rocks, oh my God, $240, $300, $500.
Yeah, as I said, I bit the bullet and I got me one because I kept seeing everybody else saying they're awesome. Well, let me try one, and then I started seeing everybody try them in their 10 gallons and their 20 gallons. Like, no, I'm not putting that much money into a small aquarium.
Yeah. Hey, Swiffle, thanks for coming in. Swiffle helped guide me through first time raising my angelfish fry. First time raising fish fry altogether. I got 6 left. They're growing strong and they're looking great. Tommy also helped me talk through that as well. So appreciate you guys helping me and guiding me through that situation. They're looking great. They're getting bigger. They're starting to get colored stripes on them and stuff.
Keep looking over. Every time I look over, the Oscar's right here staring at me.
Glad to hear that, Shirley. There he is. Hey, he comes up to you like, you got something to say, Tim? You got something? Say something else, Slim. Say something else.
See, there he goes. He's gone again. He's gonna come right back over here in a minute.
He thinks you're gonna put something in there.
Probably.
Can you feed him? Can you show? Let me put you on the big? Or are you done feeding?
I guess I can feed him. He might blind y'all, but I can try to see if I can feed him without blinding everybody.
I'm gonna put you on the big screen.
Get over. Where'd he go? Hi, Curry.
Sickly gold. Hey, Rassin, good to see you, buddy. I don't know if you got my message on Discord. I messaged you. Make sure you read that, my friend. Nice, Swiffle.
Funny, they'll be here in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
I want to see that big Oscar. Do you have like so when that Oscar gets bigger, what do you plan on feeding him?
I really want to start playing with raw shrimp and bigger cubes of whatever type of food I can get my hands on that he'll enjoy eating.
He's
Very
seen
cool.
this.
Come get it, buddy.
Was that a Jack Dempsey, right? You got there?
No.
Where?
The one in the dark one in the middle that just went down behind your red plant.
That was the Severum or the Salvini.
Okay.
No, I don't have any jacks in here. That's another fish I never owned because I always heard how aggressive they are. As I said, they're kind of
Oh,
yeah, man. They're like I said, they're sulking tonight. So
it's because I brought Eleanor in.
there he goes.
I will, Raz. And all I was saying, man, is when you're ready. Well, I explained it. I'll DM you on Discord. I love watching fish when they know the food's in the water. Look at that. Look at
There you
that. Look at them too.
It's on Discord.
Salvini stole it.
That Oscar gonna be.
And yeah, the Salvini protects the Oscar from the parrots and the aquarium and the subs. Go figure.
Yeah, that's funny. You know what? I got two parents, and they do have some attitude. They can't hurt you for crap, but they got some freaking. I got one over here that won't leave my big common pleco alone. He's always pushing him so much till he's rubbed his nose raw. So I got to keep like putting stress guard in there, getting him. I don't know what to do with him. He's an asshole.
Right. Yeah, he's a pig now. He realizes those pelts are for him, and he goes to town eating them.
Well, that car is beautiful.
Oh yeah, Bluey.
That's
Well,
his
what
name.
a pretty sky! Like, what a really nice, beautiful blue.
Oh yeah.
We had two.
We
but
did
the
have
other
two.
one-
Yeah, he killed his friend.
I had an Akara in with my Dempsey, and I think my Dempsey killed it, but I could be wrong on that. But I got a Pleco that has a lot of attitude in with him now, and they keep each other in check. Because that the Dempsey could still stress out the Pleco till he died, but he doesn't mess with him. He can't really hurt him.
For some reason, they're all hanging up over there. And that's what they're gonna do. They just like to sit there and float, chewing the fillets in their mouth.
That's cool. I like it. I like it. I like the tank. Looks great.
Yeah.
What is that guy, the smaller guy right there in the middle? What is that?
Turquoise rainbow.
Okay.
Like I said, he's just a dither fish to get everybody to feel comfortable enough to swim around.
Okay.
Like I said, he once again, that's what I was talking about. Whenever I take this tank being back to dirt and plant it again, I'll probably leave them in there and put rummy noses again because I really love rummy noses.
Yeah, they are pretty fish.
And my daughters are here. I don't know if you can hear the dog. I don't know if you can hear the dogs. We put them in the yard, so hopefully they're not too noisy.
I don't hear anything right now.
Good.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So you just gonna let them boys grow out in there, or are you gonna put some more in there? Or what's the end goal for that tank?
Well, as I said, right now I am starting to get ready to build the stand for the 120 and do a water test to make sure they're not leaking. Both of them, and start going from there, building and move this tank out of the way and put a 120 in here. As I said, the Sebs, the Parrot, and the Salvini, the blue, electric blue, and Oscar is going to get moved into the bigger tank.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on, we'll see who stays and who's going to go. Because I don't like Noah. I really don't like the Noah Ark thing going on in my aquarium right now with the pairs of stuff. But
No, I had never thought about it that way. Noah's Ark.
yeah, well, this smaller one right here, he's more barred up than the other seven. They're both turquoise subs, and he bars up a lot more than this one. This one's more of an a-hole. And then there goes the Salvini in the back there. I like him. He's like I said, he's peaceful. He's not territorial. He's not mean. Go
Yeah.
figure.
You're
But what I've learned with cichlids with Maboon is when they flip that switch though, you gotta be ready.
Yeah, they can be something else. And I'll tell you what, out of all the fish that I have, my angel fish are by far the most territorial and aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, angels are the worst. Yeah.
They don't stop.
Oh.
It's all day long.
Well, let me see if I can get him without startling. I can't zoom in with him with that light. That's what keeps the tank so clean. Right there. Is he there?
Oh, I think I see him in there. What you got, a Bristol nose?
A rubber lip Pleconomus.
Rubber lip, okay.
Yeah, that's why this tank is so clean. He is nonstop at night cleaning.
Putting in the work.
Oh yeah, but I know for a fact he can't get upgraded to the 120. He'll be eating. Unless he starts putting on some size, I don't know. I would like,
Jesus, yeah, man.
I'd like for him to get bigger, but also a lot of people's been showing Pleco collections, the Royal Plecos or the Sunshine Plecos. I wouldn't mind getting my hand on one of those.
Yeah, I tell you what. I don't know about you, but my two favorite plecos are the Golden Nugget and the Zebra. Now the Phantoms, some of them Phantoms are really pretty too, but I love that Zebra and Gold Nugget.
Yeah, I have to look those up.
Oh,
I
you
know
know,
I've always had the common plecos or the autos. So once again, I'm stretching my legs and see what kind of fish I can start experimenting with and having. I've always said I wanted, and now I'm getting a larger aquarium so I can actually house them and do a better job keeping them. Because we all have done it. We got the common pleco sold to us. We're like, oh yeah, oh god, he's getting too big.
let me try something. Yeah, exactly. Let me see it window. I really got to learn how to run this share present screen thing because I know, like right now, if I knew how to use it, I could bring a picture up and show it to you right now. They are beautiful, beautiful plecos. My local one of my local fish stores has one, but they want an ungodly amount of money for it. The same people that also wants $50 for a Jack Dempsey. It was about 6 inches at the time.
Hold on, they're still looking for more pellets. That's it. He's a piggy.
I like it. Well, are you willing to, or can you give us a little fish room tour, or not tonight?
Let me see what's going on outside, and I can probably outside the bedroom door and see what everybody's doing out there. Maybe I can. I can give a quick tour, of everybody.
All right. Good night, Shamu. Eat one for me, buddy. And I mean
Hold on
this.
a second. Let
All
me
right.
see what's going on out here.
Okay. Yes, hit that like button. Appreciate you, Swiffle. So maybe when Tim gets back, he can give us a quick little fish room tour. That'd be cool. I can't believe these videos aren't playing. This is driving me up the wall. I'm telling you. Let me do. Well, he's. Let me see if this one works. You're back.
Yeah, everybody's about to come inside, so it's about to get noisy out there.
Okay. I got to figure this video thing out, man, because I've made all kind of stuff that I need to be on here. So June knows how to do it. Obviously, everyone knows how to do it but me, but I'll learn and get it figured out. I made a members tribute video so I can play that on my lives. I made a couple things I want to share that's not working, so I want to make sure I get that figured out. Lurking. So appreciate you sharing the Discord. Everyone needs to join that. That's a lot of fun. Hagen's came over, Aquarium Daily, Andrew came over. It just keeps growing every day. So what do you think? A little tour or what?
Yeah,
Or
hold
no?
on. And like I said, everybody just now got in the house, so we can get through here in a minute once everybody calms down.
Okay. So
We got
how
people
many
joining.
tanks do you think is too many for one person to have? Now, I know that's going to be different for everybody, but like right now I'm running 13. I managed to pack all them in my dining room. My dining room is fairly large.
Well, let me ask you this question. I can ask a question to a question: is when does it start feeling like it's a job and not a hobby?
Exactly. And that's going to be different for everybody. I put a post out on that. A lot of great answers.
Oh, you got a new member.
Yeah. June joined once and she's back. Appreciate you coming in, June. Now I got to redo my video again. Good problem to have. I'm not complaining.
I don't know. If you're like wanting to keep multiple different species because they can't collab in one big large aquarium together, then once again, it goes back to my question: is when does it start feeling like a job and no longer a hobby?
Yeah, and that can happen real quick. And June, I just thought you got pissed off at me and hated me and canceled, but maybe that wasn't the case.
That's the one thing everybody always asks me around town because you start talking to me and I'll start talking about aquariums with you all day for the next 5 hours, and they're like, "Why don't you go work for one of these pet stores or whatever?" And I'm like, "Well, then again, my question again: when does it start feeling like a job and no longer a hobby? I go clean aquariums, talk about fish, selling a fish, and I come home. I don't want to deal with these no more."
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I really enjoy talking. Like some people, it's funny because just like today, I had a big garage sale, and people were coming over, and whatever reason, you never know how it happens. You start talking about fish, and I mentioned, well, just look through the window here. I got these. I could spend hours keeping that guy there or girl there talking about this stuff. And they're like, they get to the point where like this, Well, I gotta go.
I'm about to drink another 2 beers. Sophia.
Oh boy.
Appreciate you, June. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of my member supports and everybody. I appreciate everybody who's been supporting me, members or not. You're all fantastic. It's all about meeting and greeting, and that's one of my favorite things about it. Just like meeting you and getting to know you. Fantastic. I feel honored to know an OG like yourself.
All right, I think everybody's settled down out there. Let's see. I'll mute the mic, but we'll go see all the aquariums right quick.
All right. June, I have my own fish fan. What do you mean you have your own fish fan, CC? June coming in at the 125 gallon VIP level. Very nice. Thank you so much. Tim, that is a nice shirt. Dang it, he muted before I could get it through. Itchy. So Tim is going to show us around his fish room a little bit. He's muting it because he's got some noise. So he's just going to show us around. Oh, there he came.
It's more like our house, not our fish room.
Oh,
Yeah, here's Colonel Mustard.
I got one of those.
Hey, I need the brownie mixer. I'm trying to make brownies.
Your beta tank looks a lot better than mine.
As I said, everything just keeps melting in here. I don't know why.
Dragonstone, one of my favorites. Do you have sand, or is that all like gravel and like what looks just like gravel, or what is that?
It's gravel.
That's planet substrate and sand.
Yeah. And gravel.
That's it.
Right. I'm wondering if because is that the only fish you have in there?
Yeah.
I bet it's not getting enough nutrients, not enough ammonia.
I got root tabs.
Them root tabs though, they don't. How long do you get out of those?
I think 2 to 3 months. I don't know. I tried them and that's what I got.
I just started squirting some liquid ferts in there.
Glare.
Now that's a background right there, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's universal.
Man, is that nice? They make some nice stuff.
Hold on. There we go. Yep. My favorite cichlids right here, bumblebees. And
I got one bumblebee.
he is always that black. I don't know why. He'll color up every now and then with yellow, but that's him all the time now.
Yeah.
And then the OG of the tank, OB.
It blew my mind when I found out that fish can change their color to their mood. Like I was like, I know I bought a white goldfish or an orange goldfish. He's white now.
And then
That's a really nice tank. I like that.
here's the grow out holding tank for whenever I get new Mabunas to go in here. That's how I keep the cycle going. I don't know if you see that food back there. I just leave it in there so the bacteria has something to eat on.
Okay.
And a loner. I don't know if you see him. I kind of neglect this tank, not on purpose, but it's the convict cichlid down in here.
Yeah.
I don't mean to, but it has a planted Phoenix bulb on it, so it really grows the algae. So it's not neglect. It just it don't have nothing in there to combat the algae very well.
Hey, algae is good for the aquarium.
So yeah, that's it. Not really a fish room, just they're throughout the house.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you shared it with me. I love that Mbuna tank with the background you got there.
Appreciate it. Yeah. As I said, I bit the bullet and got myself a background just for that reason because I saw everybody else aquariums and I was like, man, I need to have one.
Hey, Elfish. Now, talking about root tabs, because, Aquarium Penny was saying how he doesn't like them. He thinks they run out too fast. Tommy has made Silver Creek, he makes a homemade DIY root tab. And you know how you can get those empty gel capsules?
Yeah.
And he gets those and he fills them with his own homemade fertilizer that he gets from his chickens and his quails and all that stuff and his dirt. And he mixes it together and he makes his own root tabs. And they last longer and they have a lot more nutrients. They work for him. Now, when you're using stuff like that, obviously you got to be careful because you're getting some raw stuff there. But I think he's accounted for all that. But his root tabs last longer than them store-bought ones. I don't use them. I just use liquid ferts. One pump, boom, boom, boom. I'm done. I go around all my tanks.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that tank was established. It had established media about a substrate in it from another tank. Like I said, I previously tried to use plants in, which had where do you go? The electric blue car in, and the rainbows were in it. They dirtied up really well. So I don't know. It's just very insulting trying to get plants to grow right now because, as I said, I used to get them to grow all the time for me, and now they're like, nope, we're not doing it.
I mean, like I say, I don't. It could be stuff you're doing. It could be stuff you're not doing. It could be a combination of the two. It's hard to. I get lucky. I put a plant in, it grows. I put plant and gravel and it grows. Sand, it grows. But I will say the dirted tanks. You use. I don't care what fertilizer you use. When you make a dirted sandcat tank, I have never had such lush, beautiful plants, and algae never seems to grow in them either, because the
Mhm.
plants are just taking everything.
Yeah, yeah. As long as you have the plants to combat, yes.
Mm-hmm. They're just taking it all. I got a freaking Amazon sword and a 10-gallon tank down here filled with cherry shrimp, and now thanks to Nano Aquarium guy, blue shrimp. Now I got to get some yellow ones and stuff so I can make a Skittles tank.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I wish it'd be freaking nice. Well, you can grow money, just don't get caught doing it.
Yep.
So
Keep it on the down low.
yeah. So what are you going to be doing for the rest of the night?
Tonight, probably about to get here and spend time with my daughters and see what they've been up to and turn around and put them to bed after a while.
Hey, don't feel free to go at any time. Don't feel obligated to say you need to go. You go, and we're gonna. I'd love to definitely do this again with you. And usually, when I'm having my live streams, unless I got something particular I want to do, I put the link in the chat. Anybody at any time is willing to come up, more than welcome to come up, chat, share tanks.
Yeah. I was
So,
just coming on just to yak with you and hang out with you, and I've enjoyed it too.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It's always good to, because I met you on Garcia's live. We've been chatting. Things have been progressing, and I really like the relationship you and I have, and I'd like to keep that going. And so, very cool, and I appreciate you.
I hate to say this, I don't know if anybody else got that, but gooble gobble, gooble gobble.
Was I sound blurry? Was I mumbling?
No, Joey just went live on Twitch. Gooble gobble, gooble gobble.
Oh,
So I don't know. I gotta get in here and spend some time with the girls. So Joey might have to wait for tonight.
all right, my friend. I appreciate you.
But yeah, I appreciate you having me on. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and dip off here and let somebody else jump on for a while.
All right, you be safe. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Thank you, Strimple.
Talk to you later, buddy. Hello, fish peeps. That was nice. I liked Tim a lot. I'm glad he got back into the hobby. I can't believe this is not showing. It's driving me up the wall. We'll have to deal with that later. So yes, I'm going to take the last bit of this stream to talk to you about this stuff here because my stupid videos aren't playing. We got Northfin as my first sponsorship. Now we got Higer. I expect some really cool things coming down the line. And Higer is doing some really cool, innovative stuff over there, making a lot of cool things. Patty's Aquatics gets something monthly from them, and he does some reviews for them. Really cool things. The thing I got coming, really neat. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. Channel's moving up. That means good things coming. All the channel members already know that because they watched the video, the intro video to that. So I guess what I will do is go ahead and jump off at this point. We've been on for an hour 41. I generally go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, but I do need to jump off. So appreciate everybody who came in and hung out. I had a good time. I hope you did too, as I always have a good time with you. So good things coming. Don't miss the live streams. Don't miss the videos. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and make sure you have that bell clicked on all because I really got some neato things coming. June, thank you for joining again on the membership. Appreciate you. Thanks to all my members. I'm going to have to find a different way to do videos as a member shout out. I just need to figure out how to do this video. I can't believe it ain't working. It blows my mind. I'll get it figured out. I've said that enough. Thank you, Shrimple, for staying up so late to hang out at midnight over there. Now it's probably 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning for you. Talk to you later, buddy. You guys have a good, safe rest of your weekend. I'll see you out in the field.